Okay, 7.3, similar right triangles. So Theorem 7.5 says if an altitude, so remember an altitude goes from one vertex of a triangle to a 90-degree angle on the opposite side. So C to D is actually an altitude of this triangle because it goes from the vertex to the opposite side and it makes a 90-degree angle when it hits. That was back from Unit 5. So the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Then two triangles are formed are similar to the original triangle. So what we have here is we have three triangles. Because I drew this altitude, we now have the large triangle C to A to B. We also now have this triangle C to B to A, and we have this triangle C to D to B. And what is true about all three of these triangles is now that they are all similar. So this one's similar to this, which is similar to this guy. And what that means is you can set up proportions to find missing side lengths. The confusing part of this is you got to be careful on what matches up with what. So like on the big triangle, my right angle is angle C. So if I'm going to name this triangle, I would name it angle or triangle C. I'm going to go long side, so C to A to B hypotenuse. So C, 90-degree angle, long leg, hypotenuse. That is similar to triangle. This should be triangle, not angle. So remember I started with the 90-degree angle. So 90-degree angle down here is D. I went from the 90-degree to the long leg, so that would be D to A, and then up the hypotenuse C. And that is similar to triangle. Start at the 90 degrees, so D, long leg, that would be C, down to the hypotenuse. So that would be one way to write that similarity statement. If you notice, they wrote it over here using their form of it. I could also flip these letters around. So maybe I have A first, A to B to C, then that would be A to C to D, C to B to D. Okay? Geometric mean. Okay, so now I can find missing side lengths by doing this geometric mean. The geometric mean is what I call crossing my T's. Because essentially what you are doing is you are setting up a proportion to solve for a side length that's missing. So what you're going to do is you're going to think of this as the small triangle and the medium triangle. And on the small triangle, I'm going to do this small side right here, B to D, over the medium side is equal to this medium side of the medium triangle. I'm sorry, the small side of the medium triangle. This is the small of the medium triangle over the medium side of that medium triangle. And what I've done is I've created a T. Okay? Created a T. So, altitude to solve for x. Let's say that this is 4 and this is 10. Okay? So I'm using this guy right here. So to do this, you do small side, which is 4, over medium side, which is x. Set that equal to, go back down, make this T, medium or small side of the medium triangle, so x, over medium side of the medium triangle, that's 10. So you've set up a proportion, and now you can solve for that altitude length by cross multiplying. So I get x squared is equal to 40. Get x squared down to x, I square root, and if I want a decimal number, they may ask for you a reduced radical, which you guys learned in that mini unit, or they may ask for a decimal and see where they want you to round to. Let's say I want to round to the nearest tenth. That would be 6.3. Okay? So that's how that works for the t's. So this is a t problem. Okay? Then we have the geometric mean where we find the leg, a missing leg of the triangle. So to do that, there's two ways, and I call this my check or corners. Okay, check mark or corners. Because what you're doing on this guy is you're making a check mark or you're going around the corner. You go long, up the corner, down the corner, small. Or I can go around the other way. Long, up the corner, down the corner, small. Okay? Now, the reason I can do this is the long leg of the big triangle over the small leg of the big triangle. That is equal to the long leg of the small triangle over the little leg of the little triangle. Okay? So we had long over small equals long over small. Or I can go around my corners the opposite ways. I can go long over medium equals long over medium. Okay? You're not going to go all the way back. So on this, let's say this is 7 and this is 15, and we want to find x. So this is finding a leg on the side. So when we do the t's, what clues me into t's? T's will have a number or a letter on this altitude. That kind of clues me into doing a t's. Leg will have a number or a letter on this side leg or this side leg. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do long all the way across. So that's 22 over small. That's x. I have to go back down my long on the small triangle, which is x, and then go over a little bit, 7. And then you cross multiply, so you get x squared equals 154. I'm going to square root, I'm going to square root, and I get 12.4. Okay? We're going to do more problems on the back of this to help you understand, okay? So don't worry about that. Identify the 3 similar triangles in the given diagram. Give the geometric mean of the following triangles. Okay, so when they say the geometric mean, they want the side that the 2 triangles share. Okay, so first we're going to name the similarity statement correctly. So F to H to G. So they are on the big triangle. They are doing small side to medium side. So now on all my other triangles, I have to go small side to medium side. So I'm going to cover up this, and I'm going to look at just that small triangle, and I want to go small side to medium side. So if I go small to medium, I go small to medium, so that would be F to E to H. Okay? Now I'm going to go, on my medium triangle, I want to go small to medium. Well, if I went E to H, that would be small to hypotenuse. I don't want to do that, so I have to go this way. H to E to G. So there's my similarity statement. Now, they are wanting to know the geometric mean between these 2 triangles. So they're saying, what's the geometric mean, or what's the side length that the small and medium triangle share? Easiest way I find to do this is actually to take your pen or pencil and go over the 2 triangles. So here's F to H to E, that's my small triangle, and here's my medium triangle. So I'm looking for the side length that they both have whenever I go over them in full. And that side length on this one would be E to H. Next is medium to large. So here's medium, here's large. So the full side that they both carry is H to G. Now, E to G is on the medium triangle, and it's on the large triangle, but it's not the full length on the large triangle. You want the full length. Last one is small and large. So small is this guy, large is this guy. So they both share F to H. I want you to pause me, and I want you to do number 2 on your own and unpause me when you are done. All right, so L to M to K. L to M is medium to small on the large. So I'm going to look at just the small one. I want to go medium to small. So medium to small would be M to N to K. And then on my medium triangle, I want to go medium to small. So L to N to M. All right, so my geometric mean would be the side that they share. So on the small and small, medium, they share M to N. Medium, large, they share M to L. And then small and large, they share M to K. All right, back page. All right, so this one doesn't have a number, or it has a number or letter on the altitude, so that clues me into a T. This one has a number or letter on the outside, so that clues me into a corner. And then this one has a number or a letter on the outside, so that clues me into a corner also. So now let's do 3, 4, and 5. So a T. Remember, it does not matter if you start at the 2 or at the 8, but you're going to go over, down, back up, over. Or you can go over, down, back up, over. So I'm going to start at the 2. So 2, down Y, I have to go back over Y, and then across 8. So I get Y squared equals 16, square root, Y equals 4. So this guy is a corner, so I'm going to circle around the corner. I'm going to go all the way down, back up, part way. So all the way is 12, down is 6, back up is 6, part is A. 6 times 6 is 36. 12 times A is 12A. I'm going to divide by 12, and I get A equals 3. Another corner, so I'm going to go all the way down, back, part. All the way is 20. Down is x, come back up, x over 9. So I get x squared equals 180. Square root of 80, right? Oh, 180, sorry. It's 13.4, rounded to the nearest nearest tenth. Let's look at 6 through 11 real quick. Let's figure out if it's a T or if it's a check. So 6, altitude, so that's a T. 7, this is a corner or a check mark because of the side. This one, altitude, so that's a T. 9 is a check mark or a corner. 10 and 11 we're going to hold tight for a second, and we'll go over those together. I want you to do 6, 7, 8, and 9 on your own real quick. Pause me, then unpause me when you're done. Okay, 9 is a little more difficult, and I'm going to go through the second half of that with you. 6, so we did 5 over x equals x over 15. I got the 5 because if this is 15 and the whole way is 20, so if I subtract those, that gives me that 5. So 5 over x equals x over 15. Remember, you could have also done 15 over x equals x over 5 because you're still multiplying the same things across whenever you get that. 8.7 is the rounded correctly. I think it was like an 8.66, so rounded up to 7. This one, you had to be careful because all the way is x plus 9. So this is x and then an additional 9, right? So we'd have to do x plus 9 over 15 equals 15 over 9. When I cross multiply, I get 225 equals, you have to multiply this to both things, so distribute it correctly. So 9x plus 81. I subtract 81, and then I divide by 9, I get 16. This one is a 6 over x equals x over 8, or 8 over x equals x over 8. Sorry, too fast. 8 over x equals x over 6. So either one works. Cross multiply, you get x squared equals 48, square root, and rounded correctly is 6.9. This one is 6 plus z over 4 equals 4 over z. Okay. When you do that, what happens is we get 4 times 4 is 16. 6 times z is 6z, but z times z is z squared. So this is actually a quadratic that you're going to have to factor. So you got to get everything to the same side. So this is a reminder from algebra and from the beginning of, if you were in my online course at the start of semester 1, we reviewed that. If you weren't, I know some classes here reviewed that also. So this is an x squared plus 6z, z squared plus 6z minus 16. So I do the crisscross method. When I multiply, I want negative 16. When I add, I want 6. So the two numbers there would be an 8 and a negative 2. So this factors into z plus 8 and z minus 2. To get my answer on those, I set each of them equal to 0. So I subtract 8, so z equals negative 8 or a positive 2. Well, a negative distance doesn't make sense, so z would have to equal 2. On this one, on 10, we are going to start by finding x. We're going to go around the corner. So we're going to go all the way 16 over 14 equals 14 over x. So that's 16x equals 196 divided by 16. I get 12.25. So x equals 12.25. You should then be able to find y pretty quick and easy. You subtract that from 16, and I got 3.75. Now I can do my t. 3.75 over z equals z over 12.25. I cross multiply, and I get 12.25 times 3.75 equals z squared, and then I second square root that answer, and I get z equals 6.8, rounded to the nearest decimal. Go ahead and try 11 and unpause me when you're done. Here's the answer, so go ahead and pause me and check yourself. And then also you have two Schoology assignments. One is using this worksheet